Hi, this is Bryce, and welcome to my podcast. Today we will be discussing intelligence. We have a question from a perturbed listener this week, a mom talking about her infant. She says, "My infant recently got a developmental quotient test. It was lower than average compared to other babies the same age. Is my baby going to have a low IQ forever?" During today's podcast, we will be discussing why this concerned mother doesn't have anything to worry about. These tests do a very poor job of predicting later IQ scores of a child or their educational achievements. A DQ measured early in infancy may not even reflect the same later on in that infancy. Developmental quotient, or DQ, summarizes how well or poorly the infant performs in comparison to a large group of infants the same age. This is measured using the Bayley Scales of Infant Development. It measures children from the ages of 2 to 30 months. It has three main scales: the motor scale, the mental scale, and the infant behavioral record scale. Each of these three scales measure different developmental progress with various simple tests. These scales and the DQ are good at portraying the baby's developmental progress. They can even be used to diagnose neurological disorders. But don't be alarmed. The main reason DQ doesn't do a proper job of predicting a child's IQ is because the tests measure different forms of abilities. DQ measures baby's motor, sensory, language, and social skills, while most IQ tests measure more complex attributes, such as problem solving and verbal reasoning. According to information processing theorists, they say IQ tests at preschool and grade school ages are much better at predicting IQ than Bayley scales. Three attributes contribute to the correlation between IQ scores later on in development: visual reaction time, preference for novelty, and the rate at which babies habituate repetitive processes. During the podcast, I will tell you one thing. Your infant's developmental quotient doesn't have any correlation to their IQ later on in life. You don't have to worry about your baby's DQ score if it's low. Thank you for listening today. Tune in next week where we try to answer another question.